Vinyl community, I'm back to do a recent vinyl finds video. It's been a while, but I haven't been lazy or anything. I've been buying some stuff online that I've wanted. I went home to a friend of a friend's house to buy some stuff. He was selling his entire collection, just a couple of maybe 3 crates or something like that, and I managed to fill some holes in my own collection. And I've also been on a record trip to Hamburg, Germany, with a friend for 2 entire days record hunting. There's 20 shops that's very good in Hamburg, and if you're after German kraut rock records or European jazz and free jazz, it's the city to go to. We are very fortunate here in Sweden to have good stores in our big cities, but Hamburg really delivered. So yeah, this is the first one. I'm going to start with the jazz finds. This is a Hamburg find, the reissue of, and I'm going to slaughter this, Ein halber Hund kann nicht pinkeln. That means a half of a dog can't piss. From 1977 by Peter Brötzmann and Han Benning, their first duo record. And I took a chance on this because I hadn't heard it before. I got a great price on it. It's a FMP issue, but from 1977, but it's the reissue from 2011. Really good free jazz record, easy to get into. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still Peter Brötzmann and Han Benning. If you know those guys, you know how it's gonna sound, but it's very interesting all the way through, with not just their instruments, the saxophone and the drums, but also they play piano, drums, viola and banjo, and bass clarinet. And there's not a uninteresting second on this one, so if you're a free jazz fan, check it out, but you probably already know about it. I guess. I also bought Alphonse Massoun's Virtue from 1977 on MPS Records, so a German label, and this was recorded in Germany also. You also have Gary Bartz and Stu Goldberg on this one. I've never heard Alphonse Massoun play this good on any record. He's on fire, and if you want if you doubt me, try the Massoun drum suite. 8 minutes of improvised drum solos and stuff. A killer funky fusion record, and it's not expensive at all, so if you see it, grab it if you're a fusion fan. I managed to get a copy of Sonny Murray's self-titled record on ESP, but this is the Bass Records reissue from, I think, 78. So a cheapo of sorts, also a fiery free jazz record. Sonny Murray plays his heart out on this one, but not without those moments of subtlety and nuance. Really he knows when to play hard and when to take it down. Really good. And now the pressing quality of that is not that good, but I have nothing to compare it to. I think that the recording of this one wasn't, in the top studio at the time. I'm just guessing now, but the mix is a little bit, the drums is a little bit in the background, which is a little bit strange. It's a Sonny Murray record. And the trumpet is far in center, played by Jacques Cursil. Very good. And the last jazz record I'm going to show you is Swedish Sensation with Monica Zetterlund from 1978. This is the 2012 reissue, and they reissued it in 350 copies, and I managed to snag one now. I've been looking for this reissue for a while, but it's getting dirt expensive, so I saw a affordable copy online, still sealed, so I grabbed that one. Now, the music, I mean, this is not Monica Zetterlund's best record, but the players on this one is awesome. You have Donald Byrd, Bengt-Arne Wallin, Benny Bailey, Åke Persson, Vianne Nerem, Rune Falk, Arne Domnerius, Georg Riedel, I mean the who's who from the time period. So really cool and a killer artwork on that one. So moving on to more rock and pop. No, rock. Singer-songwriter Daniel Nordgren, Alabbar, fantastic singer-songwriter in my opinion. Great folky tunes from Sweden, and he's starting to get a little name for himself in the underground circuits. Better than most that's released today. This is from 2015. There's a song called Everything You Know Melts Away Like Snow. Check that out. It's fantastic. Yeah, very rootsy, very folky, as I said. Yeah, good. In Hamburg, I managed to snag a copy of Outlaw by Eugene McDaniels, 1970. So this was, I think, the year before Headless Heroes of the Apocalypse, which, in my opinion, is a fantastic record. I say that a lot, but I don't buy shitty records. The first side is almost as good as Headless Heroes. The second side was not that good in my opinion, not as good as Headless Heroes at least, but still good. Now, when I bought this, it was still in the shrink wrap, looked fantastic. I asked the girl at the counter if it was a first press because I couldn't really tell. And she said, yeah, it's the original press. So I swapped it with a record that I had with me. I brought some stuff with me to trade. When I got home, I found out that it's a early 2000s reissue. And not only that, it's warped and scratched from the inner sleeve. So it pops and crackles a lot. Sounds like an original in VG minus condition. So pretty unstoked about that. So I'm still looking for a original copy of that. Now going into the more prog and psych section of this video, this is a monster. This is called Cement, or the group is called Cement. The record is called Utmaningen, and this is a Swedish record. Recorded in 1977 on a small island called Gotland in Sweden. This was issued only on like 50 copies on cassette, distributed on gas stations on Gotland, the small island, and sent to the big corporate names in Sweden, the labels, but no one wanted it. So nothing happened, and the fairly young guys started to study and stuff like that, so the record was just forgotten. Shadows managed to get a hold of the original, it's not tapes, but the reels, and remastered this and put it out on vinyl for the first time in 2017. Limited to 500 copies, numbered, and I think that it sold out in just a couple of days. They managed to find some overstock, and it's available now again in some stores, I think. So snag a copy while you can. It's already selling for like 50-60 euro, like 70 bucks online. This is heavy prog and heavy rock in the vein of Roger Ryggen and November, but in my opinion so much better on all accounts. I mean, you have better vocals, you have better songs, stronger songs, they are more interesting players and better musicians in my opinion, and a lot of people won't agree with me now, but in my opinion that's the case, with that kind of proggy, the Swedish folk proggy like special ingredient. Check it out. Cement, Utmaningen. should be interesting to a lot of you prog heads and psych folk out there. On Shadox, they released it on Shadox. Yeah. So this friend of a friend that I talked about managed to fill some gaps, as I said, and this was the first one that I bought from him. Gentle Giant, Acquiring the Taste. And this is the second German press on the spaceship label, gatefold and everything. But not the Swirl version, unfortunately. Got it for a great price. And this is definitely my favorite Gentle Giant record. It's flawless. Not a bad second on this record. I thought that my favorite record was Octopus, but it's not. It's this one, Acquiring the Taste. Now I have a spaceship label version of with a gatefold, the Roger Dean cover of Octopus, and I have the American like cutout version of it. But when I saw this in his collection, I couldn't pass it up because it's a German first press on Vertigo Swirl. And when I saw it, I said that I can't afford this, unfortunately, and I already have it, so I can't buy it. But we looked it up online, and I don't know if the prices has gone down on this one for the moment, but it was very affordable online, like on Discogs, the medium price of it. So I haggled it down some more based on that, and managed to grab it. I'm really happy with that, in perfect condition. And the last one that he also had that I didn't have is In a Glass House by Gentle Giant. This is a first German press with that sort of gimmick cover, as you can see here, with a kind of a window. I've had a hard time finding this in good shape with the window intact or a great affordable price, and now I got them both. Got it for a great price and in perfect condition. So very happy with that one. A lot of people says that that's the best Gentle Giant record. It's still awesome, really good. More focused than the other ones, but I still hail Acquiring the Taste and Octopus more than that one. And for all Psych fans, if you haven't heard about this one, stop this video and check it out right away. St. Stephen from 1969, I think it's 69 at least. A lot of myth around this record, because except for this guy over here that I can't remember the name of right now, they don't know who played on this one. And if you don't believe me about this being a fantastic record, check this out. Check the song Bastiche 1 and Voyage to Cleveland. Listen to those two, and then go and listen to I Po Day. And then we can talk. Yeah, magnificent record, just fantastic. I bought the reissue when I was in Hamburg. The pressing quality of that is not good, so I'm still looking for affordable first press. It's not. Sometimes it's expensive. Sometimes you can get it for next to nothing. So feels like a record that hasn't been fully discovered yet. So yeah, and also in Hamburg I managed to find a copy of Atlantis. This was also issued 1972. 72, yeah, on the Vertigo Swirl label, and this is a Venus reissue from 78. So not expensive at all. Really good old rock and roll or heavy prog, but it's more a heavy rock record with Inga Rumpf singing on this one. She was vocalist for Frumpy before she went to Atlantis. I don't know if they released any more, but this was the one that I was after. yeah, you can get them really good, but don't expect it to be a flat out krautrock record or a prog record. It's more heavy rock, in my opinion. Excuse me. Okay, so moving on. Just 3 more to go. Banco del Mutuo Sucesso. I will never hit that name, but Darwin from 1970. I want to say 70. 69, 70, 71, somewhere along that. This is their second record, and this is also Italian second press. You can see that by this one, and also it's not the gatefold with the clock opening, unfortunately, but I got it for a great price from the friend of a friend in his collection. And music wise, I mean, Italian prog, man, I'm getting more and more into Italian prog. There's so much good stuff, it's just amazing. And Banku is just one of the bands that I really think is fantastic. And by the same guy, I also managed to score a copy of Caravan and the new Symphonia 72, 74. Also fantastic. I mean, just amazing. Never heard this record before this. I mean, I have Caravans in Land of Grey and Pink, and this one, if I could only remember my name, I almost said that's not the name of it. And those two are great records. This was also good, really good. So check it out. And the last one, and now we'll move into the kind of a progressive post-metal. Managed to score this by a guy online, got it for a really good price. This is Isis Panopticon. Starting to be I guess a classic in the like post-rock or post-metal prog category. I listened to this in like 2005 maybe. I was deep into this genre with Cult of Luna and Neurosis and Coma and other bands, then moving on to Meshuggah and Tool and stuff like that. So I know this record from the inside out. Fantastic, really good. So cool to have it on vinyl. So yeah, that's the finds for today. I have a bunch of more records in the same vein, but they are still standing there, ready to be listened to first. Have a great day.